While Arvind was charting his course in the world of commerce, love happened. He married Monica, who was his boss at his first job.
मैं दिल्ली में ही पैदा हुई थी और फिर मैंने अपना इनिशियल स्कूलिंग दिल्ली में किया. उसके बाद सिंस माय फादर वो एक एचआर प्रोफेशनल थे तो उनको हिंदुस्तान लीवर्स में तब बॉम्बे में ट्रांसफ़र किया था. सो माय प्राइमरी एजुकेशन वो मैंने बॉम्बे से करी है और उसके बाद दोबारा उनका ट्रांसफ़र दिल्ली हो गया. तो आई कंप्लीटेड माय स्कूलिंग फ्रॉम दिल्ली पब्लिक स्कूल मथुरा रोड. उसके बाद मैंने लेडी श्री राम से इकोनॉमिक ऑनर्स किया. उसके बाद फिर एमबीए करने के लिए दोबारा बॉम्बे गई. वहाँ पर आई वाज इन द हॉस्टल और मैंने एमबीए एचआर में किया है फ्रॉम नरसी मोंजी इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट स्टडीज़ इन मुंबई. उसके बाद मेरा पहला जॉब था विद द एचसीएल ग्रुप. सो 1993 में आई केम बैक टू दिल्ली एंड तब से लेकर आई हैव बीन बेस्ड इन दिल्ली ओनली. इनिशियली मैं HCL में काम कर रही थी. उसके बाद आई लेफ्ट HCL. आई वॉज रनिंग अ प्लेसमेंट कंसल्टेंसी फॉर सम टाइम एंड उसके बाद मैंने रिलायंस ग्रुप ज्वाइन किया.
She's like been everything to me since my childhood to now. I mean, I've like lived every moment with her, and she's been a pillar for me through and through. And I mean, especially during our bad times, we've been together. So we have a very, very strong bond. Whether we talk to each other day in and day out or not, but like it's a presumption that we are just there for each other. So
the first day I met him, there was this buzz in the office that there is this very good looking guy from Shimla. He's married, he's already married. So that was the buzz. So when first time I met him, I thought, oh, so he's the guy who everybody's talking about. Well, he's good looking, but he's married. Very unfortunate. So it was only after a couple of days that the confusion got clarified that Arvind was the guy from Shimla, but he was not married.
I think I can never forget that night. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning, and I was fast asleep, and I think I had an exam the next day, and she just woke me up and she was like, I want to talk to you now. And I said, look, I want to sleep, because you know how it is when you're in your teens. It's just you, yourself, and what's coming up next most important for you. And for her, Arvind was the most important thing in her life, because she was in love with him and she wanted to talk it out with me. And I was like, no, we'll talk in the morning. And she was like, no, you have to get up now. And so she woke me up and she just told me that, look, I'm in love and I need to share that with you. And I said, okay, who's the guy? So she told me about Arvind, that they are in the same office. And I went back to sleep. I said, okay, we'll talk about it in the morning. And I gave her a big hug. And I mean, I was all happy, elated, excited.
अरविंद को एक्चुअली मैंने इनकी एंगेजमेंट से पहले भी देखा हुआ, बिकॉज ही यूज्ड टू कम टू आवर हाउस विद मोनिका अपने और फ्रेंड्स के साथ. आई यूज्ड टू लाइक दिस बॉय, but then later on I came to know from my daughter that she is in love with him.
So anyway, after that, like HCL had an induction program, everybody had to undergo an induction of 6 months. So as a part of the project that was given to Arvind, he was placed in the HR department and we were working on a project together. So we worked on the project for about 3-4 months together, and after that he was placed in the sales department of HCL.
This was I think they were both working in HCL that time, and Arvind was, I think, reporting to Monica, if I'm not wrong. He was a trainee in the same company, and it was one of those days where the whole team was working till the wee hours in the morning. And my father, being the protected father he was for both of us, he just told me, like, it was like 5 in the morning and she'd not turned up, and I think the landline wasn't working, and she told us the previous day that I'm going to be late. And at 5:30 he just lost it and he said, did you just come with me and let's go to office, and what's happening, and she's not working here, and what is this team doing, let her get another job, and like how a father behaves. And we went down to Vasant Vihar, and I think that's where I saw Arvind for the first time.
So I saw him at my place only, in my drawing room, and then later I used to see them. Then he used to come and drop her at home on his bike. So that was the first time. I saw him.
I was his boss for that brief period of the project we were doing together, and I still remember at that time we used to when we were in our so-called courtship period and we were dating each other, so he used to save these 220 rupees. Now you'll ask why 220 rupees, because at that time 2 cups of coffee and a plate of paneer pakoda at a 5-star hotel used to cost us 220 rupees. So we wanted to have our meeting there because we didn't want the office people to actually catch us somewhere on the street or at the local chai wala chai peete hue. So we used to save the money. He used to save 220 rupees, and then as soon as 220 rupees was saved, we used to say, okay, now it's time for a date at the coffee shop.
Monica recalls how her father, who was himself a top corporate honcho, predicted that Arvind would go very far. I see a spark in him. Though he may not be having any money today, but one day he will really make it big, he had said. Arvind would soon prove his father-in-law to be right.
Mine was love marriage, so the same. My husband was used to belong to a very normal family. My father was a big businessman, and so I could relate to that, and I was keen that they should get married. But I was scared. I don't know whether my husband will agree or not. So that was the only thing. Then she said, I will speak to Papa myself. I said, you tell him, and then I'm sure if he likes the boy, he will go with it.
So at the time when he proposed to me, there was a lot of difference in the financial aspect of both the families. So when he met my father had a one-to-one so-called meeting with him, and after the meeting I went to my father and asked him, so what do you think? Can I marry him? शादी कर लूँ इससे? Arvind's stance was always different कि अगर पापा मना करेंगे तो in any case करनी तो है ही, भाग के शादी कर लेंगे. But my stance was कि नहीं, अगर पापा मना करेंगे तो शादी नहीं करेंगे, किसी और से भी नहीं करेंगे, but नहीं करेंगे. So after this meeting happened, I still remember my father's words. He said, look Monica, today he may not be financially very well off, but there's one thing very clear, he has a tremendous professional ego. So I see a person who is going to be very successful. So today when I really look back, I think my father was bang right.
At this point, we close today's episode. Next time, we will unfold the intriguing journey of Arvind. Namaste.